Well, g'day everyone. Hello and welcome to Monday Night Chat with myself. I'm Mark, your host, and this is live from the shed. Well, we're starting to get back into some things happening in the shed right now. Been a bit of chaos here at home for a bit. Stepdaughter got married, so we had a big involvement in that, the wife and I. And a lot of setting up and pulling down. Even today, we're still sorting things out. But anyway, we've sorted a bunch of other stuff out around the house, around the home, around the shed even. And today, you can see behind me up on the bench is full of stuff, which is all tools out of a cupboard. We've had to rearrange over there and made a bit more room. And now we're, and this afternoon I spent time levelling up the lathe. So bit of progress, got a few things done, and I'll show you some photos of the lathe being levelled up. And no, wrong one, not now. So it would help when I, no. Well, hey, here he is. Thanks, G. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for being here. And yeah, man, you're most welcome to come back and do it. I've just gone, once again, no planning. I've just gone off the cuff and thought I'll sit down and have a chat. Cody. Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks very much, Cody, for yeah. I haven't even looked at that. I've just been so busy here with stuff at home. Roger was the one to pointed out to me. Thanks, G. I really do appreciate that. I've been catching up with some of your stuff on the Funk and Hungry food page. It's really good. You're going great guns there, man. Keep up the good work. And here he is, the King Pirate himself, Roger. There he is. Yep. And you're the King Prawn there, Roger. Bit of an inside joke, but anyway. Thanks everyone for joining me here tonight. I did throw the link in our chat if any of you guys want to join in, but that's later on. I know you're busy and having dinner and all sorts of things like that. That's right. You guys are about a half an hour behind me, so yeah, totally understandable. What else? What I've been doing? Yeah, just been mucking around in the shed today. Like I said before, been doing some more cleanup from the wedding. And I'm finally starting to get things done in the shed. Set up the leveled up the lathe. Now, for a lot of you, hang on, I'll just grab this and I'll take it out. It'll be easier if I take it out. Inside here is a machine level, and it's the same as a ordinary spirit level, but the number of graduations on the sight glass is not only more slightly more pronounced, but there's more of them, so you can be more accurate with it in terms of levelness. With a lathe, a machine tool like that, the whole idea is to, when it machines, it needs to cut accurately and it needs to be aligned with the headstock and the tailstock so they're not twisted. They're both on the same plane. Now, naturally, you're going to get expansion of metal and expansion and contraction of metals with the lathe, and even the feet that they're on, the rubber feet, it's going to move a little bit. So every so often you need to recheck and make sure everything's still aligned. So I'll show you a couple of photos of the process. Let's bring that up there, bring that back down, and we'll share screen. Share the screen. Nope. It's because it's got to be up there like that. So I will go back and bring. Yep, there we go. Now, on your screen, hopefully you should see the lathe, because I haven't got a second screen here which I can look at it. Actually, I can. Can I do this if I go like that? Nope. Oh, hang on. Silly plonker, Mark. There we go. Look at that. I'm a silly plonker. Oh no. My Bluetooth. Oh, all right. Let's take that off. Hang on, guys. There we go. The old Bluetooth headphones are dying. Right, so here's the lathe, and you can see the machine level right there. Let's bring up another photo, and I keep clicking on maps. I don't know why I do that, because they're right beside each other. Let's go. There we go. Now, just a different view. I moved things out the way, and let's go back to the other one. Down the bottom of the lathe, you can see down the bottom of the lathe, you can see a couple of spanners on the adjusting bolts. There, if you can see my cursor, which hopefully you can. That's what you use to adjust the lathe to make sure it's not twisted. It was close, but I needed to get the levels right. So it's not too much of a problem now. It will change as atmospheric temperature changes. It will vary a little bit, and of course I need to do some machining on it to see. Oh, excuse me. Oh boy, if it's going to cut accurately, especially over a long length. Not that I do a lot of machining, long machining. Most of your machining is up around here where the level is, so you're close to the chuck when you're doing machining. Right, let's skip to another photo. There's another view. Over to the right is the bench with all the tools on it out of one of the toolboxes after we moved everything out of the container. There's a better view there. Welder to the side, a bunch of tools there. Some of those tools belong to the lathe. The other tools are going to go up here on the pegboard. And here's a close-up of the machine level. As you can see, the bubble in the middle is where you want it to be. So it's not off to one side or the other. So it's pretty well spot on. As mentioned before, it will change a little bit over time, and you just need to recheck that every so often. And here's down the other end. We're down the other end of the lathe now, further away. So as you can see, the bubble is pretty well spot on. You won't get much better than that. If you do, then yeah, you're a better person than I am. When I was doing the adjustment, it didn't take much to move that bubble. So a bit of a lesson learnt there. And there's tonight's thumbnail. Oh, excuse me. It's a view of the shed. I was looking for thumbnails and I thought, oh, bugger it, I'll just take a photo of the shed, and that's pretty well the setup now. Everything's nicely in place, nicely lit, plenty of light, except I haven't got one light on, so I'll just go and turn that on, and I'll bring myself back into, we'll stop sharing that, and we'll get me on. I'll go get another light on. Not that it's going to make any difference, but you'll be able to see I'm walking away with this one here, this one in the corner. Probably didn't make too much of a difference. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. Made the corner light up. Of course, got the Rode Wireless Go microphone, and you would have been able to hear me all the way down there without any problems, and I'm back. But now, oh, I got a green dot on my head, and that's from that light. Oh, that's a bit of a bugger. Let's go turn that off again. Oh, the technical difficulties. Well, the other thing is, I might just leave it on and I'll tilt it up and see if that makes any difference. But I feel that green dot's still there. Yeah, it's still there. All right, what are we doing here? Oh, no, it's not. Oh, yeah, no, it's still there. Sorry, guys. Nope. It's a reflection. It's a camera reflection. All right. Well, there you go. You learn something new every day. That's why lighting is quite special, and you need to get it in the right spot. Right, what else is happening? Well, let's get rid of that. I can finish that. Yeah, not a fair bit's happened. The neighbour came over and took some stuff that we gave to him ages ago, which has cleaned up some mess around here. We haven't had much rain, thankfully. Thanks, Roger. I do appreciate that nice comment. I'm pretty proud of this place, and I got to be like G and start doing some content. I'm going to have to. I didn't think I was going to do any recording of content, but I think I will. I think it's going to be the best way to go. As much as I like sitting here in front of the camera and talking to you guys and entertaining you in some way, I got to do some more constructive content, and I'll certainly take a leaf out of G's part, and not just G, but Roger and your brother, half brother, Robbo 5 Life, when you do your reviews of your drinks. I mean, you do a great job there, Roger, when you do that, because you not only get to see a product that you may not be aware of, but it's, you guys are not sitting there downing, can after can after can, just for the hell of it. You're just giving a review and what you think of it. It's probably not everyone's cup of tea. Like what I do here is not everyone's cup of tea, but it's something different, and variety is the spice of life. That's for sure. But yeah, so I'll be doing things on the lathe. I've got another camera which I can turn on, but the angle, I've had it on before, it doesn't do much. I need to get the angle right. I'm watching another podcast today. From time to time, I watch different podcasts to get different ideas. Some people are using their mobile phones, which are great. I can hook this mobile phone in to this now if I really want to. However, if you're doing something on a workbench, you really need your phone or camera pointing straight down, so you've got an overhead view. Yes, Roger, you're absolutely right. Each to their own. Everyone's got their own thing, and it's the difference in us that keeps us coming back to see what we're doing from time to time. And I know other people who have come on here and watched my content, and then suddenly YouTube is recommending similar sort of content or slightly different that they've never seen before or never would have thought of, which is a good thing. It really is, because you get to see another part of the world and another part of life that most people wouldn't see. So yeah, camera angles, I've talked about that before. In fact, if I go in here now, I can, I'll enter the studio right now. I'll bring up, the only problem with this is I've got to make sure, so we'll go allow, but we'll turn the microphone off, and that should pop up. I'll go into studio, and yeah, sorry about the feedback. It's crazy when you want it. When you want it up, it's down, and when it's down, it's up. Right, so I can bring myself in. There we go. Woohoo! And you can see the difference in the two cameras. This is just off the phone, off the front-facing camera or rear-facing camera, whatever you want to call it. The difference in quality, this is a lot brighter. It could be to do with the just with the way the camera's interpreting. things. Pan around the shed, you don't want to see two views of my ugly mug. But what I will do is I will I'll change the views. Oh, there we go. And we don't want a mirror. Don't know why it mirrors. Righto, there we go. That's better. You can see the difference. There's the boiler to the steamroller. We pan around, we can see the forklift, the two cars, the milling machine. And you can see I'm peering right back, and let's go for a walk. You can see I got some photos of some steam trains there, obviously. A few up on the back wall. It's going to be a few more bits and pieces. Here's the bench, the nice clean bench. Not. It's got tools out of a toolbox and just stuff. A lot of these tools were on the back here, on the back of the bench. So this is like a shadow board. I did have timber on there, but I went for checker plate. It's probably a bit overkill, but anyway, it is what it is. And there's the other camera sitting there on the bench, which I have had set up. You guys would have seen that, had like a view here, looking down the lathe. The idea is I'm going to sort of have that sort of a view. Ideally, I might have a view like this when I'm working on the lathe. Your workpiece is held in the chuck here, and let's go out and have a look at this helicopter flying over, if I can see it. There we go. Oh, there we go. It's a helicopter flying over. He's probably on his way to rescue someone or something like that. Well, let's get back to what we're talking about. So with the lathe, I wanted to have a view sort of like this. However, as you can see, this light here is in the way. So this is on a lathe, on a metal turning lathe. This here is what we call a tool post. So this is where your tool goes. And this here is the chuck. Whoops, hang on, that's the chuck. And that's where your workpiece goes. Currently, these have outside diameter jaws on, so you're gripping the workpiece of the outside diameter, and you would do your machining operation. That there is a lathe tool. Has a cutting insert in it, and that's playing up, and looks like we got the helicopter. Hang on, this might be Polair flying around. Yeah, righto. So that helicopter you can't see is Polair. He's flying around looking for someone, and he's got no lights on or anything, but you can hear him clearly. Yeah, they often do that. So that's something they do up here. Don't know if you guys, view of the. So ideally, even though I've got plenty, let's turn this light on. Righto. Turn the lathe on here, there. I've got various. Right, digital. The lathe has a digital readout, which won't work. And I don't know why. I got this. This is a different. I like the display. It's nice and bright, nice and easy to read. But the signal coming from the glass slides is not getting transmitted. It's something I need to chase up. The idea is the digital readout will give you a nice, accurate dimension when you're machining something. So especially if it's length or diameter, you know, you can set it, you can do a bunch of other stuff with these digital readouts. They're really good. So anyway, getting back to my little, you know, little dilemma here. The light, this light is in the way, and it does throw a bit more light on, especially when you're working. I got a nice bright light overhead. That bit extra light for me is just, it's always great. You can see how much it makes a difference, especially when you're, let's get a bit closer here, especially when you're close up like this and you got a workpiece, you know, in there, and you're trying to, you're just trying to make it work. And I'll get my ugly butt out of the way. Let's just go there. No, we'll swap these around. There we go. Look at that. In fact, I'll take my ugly Oh, there we go. Sorry, guys. Thanks, thanks, G, for that. I have no. Oh, of course, when I turned it off, I was babbling away to myself. Oh, that's what you get from an unprofessional setup like mine. So the setup. Hey, Roger. Thanks, mate. G just sorted that out. So I took myself off, and I obviously muted myself. So the setup, the ATM Mini has got the receiver for the Rode wireless microphone going through into the computer, and I took myself off. It's funny how you couldn't hear me, and there's 7 people watching, so that's fantastic. Maybe I should do more silent movies. Anyway, or maybe I should have someone here and hold cue cards. Hang on, what's that? Hey, Stylesy, thanks for coming in, mate. You just missed a bit of excitement. I didn't have any audio. G alerted me to that situation. Thanks, everyone, for joining in. I do appreciate it. I'm just talking away here to myself and you guys. And where was I? That's right. I was telling you what I want to do here. What I want to do is I'm probably going to, what I've decided is this light here. I'm going to move this. And yep, and so I can get a nice angle or viewing angle on the lathe, and I'll move this light somewhere else. Probably, yeah. And I've got another light up here, portable light. Most of the time, you don't do a lot of machining, or in a situation like mine, in a hobby situation, you don't do a lot of machining. You do, but you don't. So the amount of time that this light's on for, I can easily just run a cord in and plug it in and recharge it. So we'll just turn that off. We've got the lathe. There's plenty of light. There's a messy workbench for those of you who didn't see it before. I've got most of those tools were hanging up here on the old, up here where my hand is on the old. I've got a few things to go up, like, no, I think the old thermometer, I think she's buggered. She's been on about 10 degrees for God knows how long. Oh, Miss Austin and Ryan would be happy. 45, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That's perfect weather for them. No, I think the old thermometer's had its day. I might have to get some sort of analog. So I'll cut this off and I'll just go back to the main screen. And yeah, that's the setup there. Haven't got the other computer on at the moment, mainly because when I do, it takes too much bandwidth because it's all happening over Wi-Fi at the moment. And so yeah, we'll drop this off and just go back to the main one. And there we go. Move. All right, I just kicked myself out. Thanks everyone for joining in. I do appreciate it, and the heads up that things were going wrong. Thanks to G for that. Yeah, mate, that's the old thermometer. I don't think it's working properly. I've had it in the toolbox for ages, and she used to work well, but not anymore. I'll have to get another one. There's plenty of options out there. I might get one of those ones that show barometric pressure and all that sort of stuff. Right. Well, for all the things that I've done wrong on this live stream, we're 38 minutes in, which is pretty good. And if anyone wants to come and join, there's the link in the chat. Now, I know you guys are having dinner and all that sort of stuff because you're half an hour behind. No pressure whatsoever. Now, I put the jacket on before. I was getting a bit cool. Getting a bit cool on the arms. In fact, It's 17 degrees or 18 degrees here for us right now. It's fairly mild. No, a little chance of rain. I don't know. 0 to 1 millimetre of rain. It's 88% humidity. That's why it feels so warm up here at the moment. And 25% low chance of at least 1 millimetre of rain. So I'm happy about that because seriously, the place is still pretty wet. Yeah, it does get down, Stylesy. They're predicting 15 for us up here. You know, so we'll, you know, we're definitely feeling it being in the northern, you know, this part of, yeah. Well, it hasn't gotten that low for us yet, Cody, but as we move into, you know, sort of June, July, it will. Yeah, it was a nice day for us here too. We all day, yeah. We had nice weather up here as well because you know, we got the washing on and done that. Oh yeah, Cody even had his pants on. Hope he does when he does his live streams or our live streams. Oh, you got to have a laugh, that's for sure. Now, if any of you guys are into Formula One, you know, I've talked about it from time to time. The Miami Formula One Grand Prix was on this weekend. Pretty interesting race. Formula One is probably more about what's happening off the track and behind the scenes than what's actually happening on the racetrack. But it was an interesting race. Good to see Daniel Ricciardo get up there in 4th place in the sprint race. However, he lacked out. He was quite down the order in the other races. Yeah, Roger. That's. Oh, here we go. Don't worry, I have my hands on it even when I'm not streaming. Oh boy, yeah, you got to have a laugh. You got to have a laugh. Yeah, so Formula One, I find it really interesting. And if the other thing I like to, I watch, you guys know I watch a fair bit of stuff. Joe Rogan, the latest Joe Rogan podcast with a gentleman talking about the pyramids and what his research has found. That's a fantastic interview. Definitely not the mainstream theories, definitely alternative. And it's just interesting to see what other people are talking about on, you know, to do with the pyramids, what they are, what they were for, what they did. Our mutual friend, he's probably watching right now, or he's tuned in to see what you guys are talking about him. Anyway, yeah, so, geez, almost 45 minutes. Can I make the 45 minutes? Maybe I'll... and the other one I like to watch, of course, you guys know about, is the Y-Files. They had a good episode on Saturday that aired Saturday our time, and then they did the After Files, which was about 3.5 hours or something like that. But when they do their premieres of their videos, they're getting about 50,000 people in watching, and even the After Files, I think they get about 10,000 live. So it's pretty good to watch. It's a bit out there for some people. It's totally different, and it's just something completely out of the box to watch. A lot of the stuff that they cover is information that's known, that's already out there, and he just puts it in a different view, different format, and it's quite entertaining. He's got his sidekick Hecklefish. which is pretty interesting to watch. It's pretty good dynamic, and yeah, it's just fun and crazy to watch. Yeah, sense of humour. You definitely need a sense of humour to get through life, that's for sure. Yes, it is, Stylesy. Laughter is the best medicine. It certainly helps us. One thing I will show you guys in terms of the... I might have talked about this. I have talked about this before. One of the original parts off the steamroller I got back, which came to me, is the builder's plate. Now, to put this in context, when these engines were built... hello, Noah. No, sorry. Sorry, I haven't got me... Nono's weather analysis. Cool. Well, thanks for being here. You're new to our chat. I appreciate the heads up, and the chat, and the comment. If you like, tell us a little about yourself. You can throw your link to your channel if you want. I don't mind in the chat. It's so Roger. Righto. Cool. Well, whatever works, man. Whatever works. It's great to have you here. Thanks for the support. Now, I'm just going to duck off screen for a second, and I'll just grab something. I'll just go into the cupboard of secrets here. I have shared this publicly before. Unfortunately, Shed Dog's not here. She was up here before. But she's probably gone back down to the house. So now, for a lot of you, this doesn't mean much. But anyway, this is... there we go. This is the original builder's plate for the steamroller that I'm currently restoring. And it's just great to have another piece of history back with the original engine. These were placed on the engine not only to signify when it was built, the engine number, as you can see there, but who built it. And this was built in Leeds by John Fowler and Company. They were a big manufacturing company of agricultural equipment in their... in their time. And, you know, they, like a lot of the manufacturers today of implementation of farming equipment, heavy machinery, so on, they're in places all around the world that most of us have never been to, or will most likely will never get to. So I was really happy when that came back. That's for sure. It's something that'll be pride of place on the engine when we get it back together. I keep looking over to my left because that's where it is. Or the boiler anyway. The rest of it's in a cupboard and on a shelf and outside. There's bits everywhere, and slowly but surely it will come back together. And I should try and find a photo. So, oh God, I keep hitting the bloody wrong button again. We'll go back to way back. We'll go to the Wayback Machine. We'll go see all. When we first brought the steamroller home. Now, with that, I'll have to go back a fair way, because this is a bit of history. Didn't even know. And of course, I didn't even. Of course, I'm not prepared for anything like this. something I do need to get prepared for, that's for sure. But we're getting closer. Here we go. There we go. Let's go there. That'll do. Ooh. And we're going to go share a screen and a window and there. Now, righto, there she is. That's her. Nope. Screwed that up again, didn't I? This is a professional live stream, trust me. There you go. Hey, there it is. So that's it. That's the steamroller. That's when we picked her up and brought her home. Now, most of you have seen that before. However, that's what I'm working on. It's been a bit of a labour of love. It's been a bit frustrating at times. It's been rewarding at times, like when you get some of the original parts back that went missing a long time ago. But it's taken a long time. I've been working on it for over 6 years now. And of course, in that time, I've had some medical issues, broken an ankle, and we built a new shed and, you know, put a wedding together and all that sort of stuff. It's pretty amazing, really, what we've done just recently to get to where we are. But we're with all those distractions out the way now, it's onwards and upwards to getting back and working on this. Admittedly, a lot of the parts are ready to go back on when we start to reassemble a lot of the parts. It'll be a quick paint, you know, an undercoat or something like that, put it back together, and away we'll be going. It'll be going sooner rather than later. Still got a lot to do, still lots of bits and pieces, but the majority of it will go back together pretty quickly, which I'll be very happy with, that's for sure. And I might even just leave that on screen while I find find a video of one, and that's not what I'm looking for, funnily enough. If you're into women's hair and makeup, oh my God, it's still there. All right, well, that's interesting. Let's just right, so let's take that one off. And for you guys in the chat, when I typed in what I was looking for, a video popped up of myself and someone else that I used to do live streams with, and I didn't realise that that was there. I'll have to go back and have a look at that. Maybe it's on my channel and not that one. So let's get rid of this. Let's share another screen. There we go, full screen. Anyway, this is what the completed engine will look like. Yeah, don't forget this. These things were built in 1936. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So that's what this one I'm working on will look like. Beautifully restored and operating in the UK. It's a lovely vehicle. They're a nice size roller.
See where the tracks are, they're right. Oh yeah. Just trying to follow those. time taking right now. Yeah.
The only difference will be probably the colour. I think I'm going to go for a different colour other than black. As I'm not sure of the original colours. They usually come out in a chocolate brown or black. It all depends on what the customer required. So that's what they look like when they're going fully operational. And that's the one thing I'm hoping for. Well, it's what we're aiming for, is that we'll be able to get on it and drive it down the road fully operational. And now in terms of speed, they'll do about 12 miles an hour roughly, which is 15 to 18 kilometers an hour. Now that doesn't sound like much, but for a machine of that vintage and that size, it's a good speed actually. It's a good clip. Thanks, G. Yeah, 54, almost 55 minutes. Yeah, I haven't got TikTok. You might want to jump over there. And Roger says, Mark will last the hour. Thanks, Roger. I think, yeah, that's it. I tell you what, Stylesy, just for you, I will do it. I will. Thanks, G. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't want to promote that guy. I really don't. Oh, mate, if you, G, if you want to do that, you're most welcome. You know that. You don't have to. I do appreciate the support that you guys have given me. It's fantastic. Yeah, I tell you what, I will put a video on. Hang on. I tell you what, I'll find a video to put on while I go. Whoop, while I go find a. While I go find something, a pack of chips. I'll go get some water and a pack of chips. That's what I'll do. Probably should write to this guy and say I'm using his stuff to watch, you know, to entertain you guys. Now for YouTube, Brad's put quite a few shorts up. Brad Strung Out. If you're into that sort of stuff, I tell you what, let's go to my channel and I'll use one of my videos. That way I can't get a bloody copyright strike and something stupid that we all like to do. Now, it's something that you guys need a bit of time. 3 minutes and 48 seconds. So here's a video from a year ago that yeah, the old black tape project. What a pain. What a pain. And G says not the black tape again. Yeah, good old black tape. If anyone's out there watching, go look at the black tape project. Righto. Have a listen to this silly plonker while he talks away. Now I'm going to mute myself while I go get. I've got to share that. Now, hang on. If I turn off, if I mute, you probably won't get this bloody audio. All right. Let's watch the silly plonker talk to himself.
G'day everyone. Well, I promised a big reveal and it's happening right now. Nice spring evening here in Australia. And we got this pallet here which got some interesting bits on it. So
see that audio is really low. I don't think I can do anything about it. tell you what I'll do. I'll take this off and I'll put it down. I'll be back.
So when we started on this journey, we had some missing bits off the roller, some major bits that I never thought I'd ever see again. They were gone, they were taken because the roller sat in the park for a very long time during part of its life. So consequently, a lot of bits, like a lot of other steam machinery that sat in parks, had pieces taken off it over the years. And now thankfully, the bits that were missing, the major bits, have now been returned to us, thanks to Dan Elstone down in Melbourne, who's currently restoring a Fowler T3 roller. In fact, this one here is 16930 and his is 16933. So they're not too far apart in terms of engine numbers. So we'll just get a close in. And so what we got here is the two gears. We got a fire hole door. It's broken, but that can be repaired. But the main thing is this piece here. This casting here is what they call the clutch gear, and that's where you select slow or fast. Now, obviously, it's all upside down, but we'll do some cutting and show a few pieces. Now, consequently, the fire door is a lot smaller on these engines than any other engine. So this piece here, this is the drive gear. This is where we engage low, or slow or fast, and one slides in the other. As some of you may have seen on some of the other T3 rollers that are currently operational in the UK. And bloody mozzies flying around. So one slides, obviously we need a bit of work, bit of clean-up work. There's a bit of wear. I would imagine this one's the low speed and that's the high speed. Hasn't got a lot of wear. It almost looks brand new. But this was the major bit. This is the bit that selects so the lever sits on top, and I'm getting attacked. It's springtime here, so I'm getting eaten away by mozzies. So we've got one selected. We'll have to make another one. It's all right. We've got the plans. But that's it, guys. The big reveal. I never thought I'd see these parts again, and thought we'd have to get them made. But here they are. We'll get some better photos than that when we get them inside. Happy days.
Yeah, right. Hopefully the audio wasn't too low on that. Seriously, those parts had been missing off the steamroller for about 40 odd years. Yeah, well, I had to put that on to go grab a drink of water, which I've got here conveniently placed. Good old water. And we're going to eat the chip. We're going to do the old burger rings. So I have to do it away because this microphone will pick it up and you guys will go, ah, crazy. It's probably going to hear me chomping away too. I'll see if I can do it slowly. So Stylesy, I see you got in trouble by Nightbot. Let's put him up there. Look at this. Nightbot is on a march. Stylesy, chill out. Stop spamming emotes. Warning. I wonder what happens if you kept doing it. What would happen? I guess we'll find out sooner or later. Yeah, I'll just put that link in there again. I know G has probably got it. He said he was going to head over, or he might head home. One of the two. No, man, you just put her in there and away you go. Otherwise, you can't let it sit there for too long. Seriously. Well, g'day, whoever's over on X, Twitter. Thanks for joining in. Maybe it's a couple of ghost accounts or just people streaming. Yeah, man, you can't take forever to eat a chip. You just got to eat it, because otherwise you lose the flavour. It goes, yeah, no, come on, get it together. Hopefully that's not too loud. Righto, so we've cracked over the hour mark, and let's just check on something here. I won't go too much longer. I've had enough. Oh, not too much enough, but enough. Roger, you need to start throwing some emojis in, mate. That'll get the attention of Nightbot. You really haven't done anything wrong. That's why it's not highlighting you. You know when you're doing something right when somebody points out that it's wrong. I seriously got to look at Nightbot a lot more and see how I can control it a bit more, because when Dogface was in last time, he got a warning from Nightbot, and I don't think he's been back since, actually, which is a real shame, because really enjoy having Dogface in, and catching up. Yeah, Nightbot needs to take a chill pill, that's for sure. Here we go. It's all the smart. Yeah. Stylesy did it a few times in a row, Roger. That's what got Nightbot on his back. Or a warning. It's a bit like being in Formula One and getting a warning from the stewards. Oh, my dog whistle. What about that other silly plonker? The one from London. Haven't heard from him lately. I don't even know about old Cherinator. I'm sure our mate Cherinator over in Wales, Scotland. Scotland. He hasn't. I thought he would have showed up and said hello, but because it's in the morning over there. World clock. Hey, well, it's 11:30, so Lee from London might just be waking up. Who was lurking? Who was lurking, G? Hang on. There we go. Anyone come here and say something? Yeah, 11:33. Who we got here? What have we got there? 11:33. Oh, yeah, he loves that. I think he's got a show coming up tomorrow. But yeah, guys, geez, an hour and 10. Yeah, we do like the tape. We certainly, going by our reactions and comments, that's for sure. Well, what else am I going to talk about? Well, not much. I think I might actually wrap it up at that, guys. Unless anyone was going to come and join, I will wrap it up and 8 degrees. Oh my God. 8 degrees. And it's like springtime for them. It's crazy. But mind you, a friend of mine was just over, they've just come back from over there. Our comments will probably flag us. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So the usual stylesy. And a laughing emoji from Roger. Yeah, I reckon. Thanks, Stylesy. Yeah, I think I'll wrap it up at that. Yeah, I'll wrap it up at that. Leave it at that. That was done pretty well for an impromptu. I've made a few boo-boos. I'll go up and catch up on some videos on YouTube, and I've had a bit of a long day. Oh, mind you, I've had a nanny nap too, so oh my God. Yes, it was good to catch up. Thank you, G. I do appreciate your support. Everyone's support, in fact, when I do these live streams. Definitely got to do a bit of content, and even if I just start doing shorts again, it's getting into that routine of remembering to get the video and get the camera out, get the phone out and take a video. And I often take photos, but I should probably do more video content and then upload it and get some traction that way, a bit more variety. I keep saying that, but doing it's another thing. The other thing is I really want to have this place sorted out, and I still haven't really got it sorted out. Yeah, the majority of it's sorted, but it's stuff like having the workbench all sorted, ready to go, and now I've got the lathe set up properly, Oh, here we go. Bit of action. Yeah, ambulance on its way through, flashing lights. They do that sometimes. They don't put the full siren on. They'll just give a quick burp, burp, but it's interesting. But anyway, guys, look, let's leave it at that. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support you guys give me in these live streams, coming on here, participating in the chat, even if it's crazy chat or, or you get a slap on the wrist from old mate Nightbot. It's certainly working, that's for sure. So yeah, let's say goodnight, everyone. Stylesy, G from Funkin' Hungry, Cody, Roger the Pirate, and whoever else is lurking in the background that hasn't come in. No, who was here before. Who else? Anyone else I miss? No, that's about it. Thanks everyone. And yeah, Nightbot, we better say goodnight to Nightbot. Good on you, Stylesy. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. Thanks, Roger. Awesome stream. Yeah, mate, thank you very much for the support. See you guys next time, and let's go out with a bit of the old, which one is it? Let's go with this one. See you guys. Thanks again. Bye now.